AM 1220 KHTS, your hometown station. I'm Tori. It's 5:20. We're in studio this afternoon with my new buddy, Steve Sturgeon. How are you? Are you doing well?
Doing very well.
Oh, excellent. Okay, we're talking about something that I didn't realize was so important, and now, boy, am I getting an education on paper shredding and information shredding. He works for a company. His company is Confidential Data Destruction, and it's quite an education to know that with my little baby shredder at home, it doesn't even tackle what needs to be done as far as any kind of paper at your house or at your business that needs to be taken care of. I had no idea that identity theft was that big. What was the statistic you gave me like 20 minutes ago? Every what?
One crime committed every 3 seconds.
Every 3 seconds.
Somewhere in the nation.
Somewhere in the nation, someone is stealing someone's identity. And once it's stolen, I've heard, fingers crossed that it hasn't happened to any of us in the studio here, but I've heard once it happens, it's horrible to undo. It's just a bear to undo.
It can take you a long time
to fix everything.
And not only that, you could have some serious charges placed on credit cards or in accounts, or money removed from your bank accounts. And so you could be in some pretty dire straits for...
Oh, big pickle. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that you can't undo. And it just kind of stops life as you know it. But you were telling me about how your company does this amazing thing where you have this a huge truck, mobily takes the information, mixes it with other information, shreds it to pieces about the size of, what did you say?
About half the size of your thumb. For you, maybe half the size of your finger.
Half the size of my finger, and it mixes with other information. So there's no way someone can steal that. Plus, you have cameras on the trucks that people can witness, the customers can witness their stuff being destructed. It seems like a perfect solution. Now, let's talk about this. How do we get rid of electronic waste? What happens with that?
We actually use the same truck and the same mechanisms to take care of that as well. The important part is that people don't realize where information is and how important it is. Everybody's walking around with at least one cell phone.
At least one cell phone.
Contacts.
Yes.
Phone numbers.
Yes.
Account numbers. PIN numbers so you don't forget them.
Yes.
It could be the locker code to your locker at school or college. It could be a whole variety of things.
So what do we do? Let's say I have an old computer, I have a laptop, I have a couple of phones, and I call you. What do? How do I get rid of this stuff safely?
In your case, you're local, you would bring it to our offices and we would shred it. We do electronic waste destruction typically once every 4 weeks. Tomorrow happens to be one of the days, I happen to know. So every 4 weeks, we take one of these trucks out. They're cleared of all paper product. And then we run the same electronic material through the same shredding equipment to destroy it. We do everything from zip drives, cell phones, hard drives, magnetic tapes, you name it. If it's got data on it, we're going to destroy it.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I'm holding up my cell phone here. You're telling me you can shred a cell phone?
Yes, we can shred a laptop.
Because I get the whole paper thing, but you can take this. I'm amazed. I'm fascinated. You can take this and actually shred it into pieces.
That's correct.
I'm speechless. That's amazing. I didn't think that kind of thing was done. So I bring all of my electronic, because I need a new laptop. So I bring you the old one. I'm not going to just throw it away because it has all the information. It's got bank accounts on there. It's got prescription information, doctor's stuff, and I bring it to you. And again, is it the size of my fingernail again?
Well, it's about half the size of your finger.
On the electronic waste as well.
Yes.
Steve, I got to tell you, I'm really fascinated by this.
Now, to be specific,
yes,
for something like a laptop, or even a computer, desktop and the like, we're going to take the hard drive out of it, okay, and we're going to shred the hard drive. The rest of the product will actually be recyclable as it is, so the parts will be taken apart separately and be recycled, so that we're earth-friendly, and we're a green company. But the hard drive's what's got your data on it, so that we're actually going to shred and destroy.
Absolutely fascinating. I had no idea this was such a big deal. Do you have companies who bring you, let's say they redo the entire office and now you have 20, 30 computers at a time to deal with?
Yes.
Big companies like that, like NASA?
We actually do JPL. They don't typically bring computers to us, but you can imagine that they have a number of hard drives, tapes, and material that they use for in terms of engineering and development and the like. We do work for district attorney's offices, sheriff's offices, investigators where they have evidence that needs to be destroyed after a case is over, courtrooms. Anything that has data on it that needs to be destroyed when something is complete.
And not only do you work here locally, you in Santa Clarita, but I'm reading about your company here. Anywhere from Bakersfield to Laguna Beach, Pomona, Malibu, Antelope Valley. You're all over the place.
We are.
I guess that is because of your mobile the truck. Is that how that works?
Exactly.
So it makes it easy to just go anywhere you're needed.
Our routes are broken down by area, and they leave here every day. Early in the morning, typically 5:30 in the morning, and they head to the most remote area that they're traveling to that day. So some days it could be Pomona or Rancho Cucamonga. Other days it might be Laguna Beach or Irvine.
Hard drives, DVDs, CDs, all of zip drives. What other kind of electronic?
The old floppy disks, 3.5 and 5-inch that people find in their garage and the like that have
can't even play them anymore.
You can't play them anymore. You can't see them, but somebody can.
Right.
Okay.
The person you don't want to. The one with the mask on, right? Who's going to look through your trash. That person knows how to. He's the one who knows how to get into your personal stuff, and that's where you come in, Steve Sturgeon from Confidential Data Destruction. I have a phone number here, 257-9970. You can also find. I have his website up right now. There's all kinds of information about their services right online at shredderonsite.com. Now, I want to spell that so you don't get that wrong. Shredder on site. Site is site.com. Shredderonsite.com. You can call them for a free quote. You can call them toll free, but I do have the number here locally, 257-9970. Take care of your identity. Take care of your company's identity. Is there anything we're missing, Steve, on this subject that we can highlight and tell these folks? So you got to be careful. Every 3 seconds. Every 3 seconds that happens.
It happens to companies who lose proprietary information. It happens to companies when they lose vendor or account information, some of their key clientele. It happens to people relative to their personal identities. So
better be safe than sorry.
That's why they created the chip technology for credit cards, was to help reinforce the use of credit card information and what was on it, because the strip was too easy
to get to. That's amazing. Steve, thank you so much. Steve Sturgeon from Confidential Data Destruction, 257-9970, or you can find them online, Shredder on Site. That's site.com. Steve, thanks so much for being with me this afternoon. It was a blast.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.